Hello everyone, I'm Indira. I will talk about the first chapter of your book Flamingo. The first chapter here is The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet, a French novelist as well as a short story writer. The story The Last Lesson is set in the days of Franco-Prussian War, which took place in the years 1870 and 1871. In this war, France was defeated by Prussia, now known as Germany. After this, Germany occupied two French districts known as Alsace and Lorraine. Consequently, German language was imposed upon the people of these two districts. The story highlights the utter dismay and distress of a French teacher, his students, and the villagers who were deprived of speaking their own language. The story The Last Lesson highlights the theme of patriotism, freedom of language, and love for one's mother tongue. The story reflects upon the arrogance of the colonizers to forcibly take away the rights of those who are colonized. The story also highlights the importance of education and the necessity to respect and love one's own language. This story draws our attention towards the unfair practice of linguistic chauvinism, which means unreasonable pride in one's language while regarding all other languages as inferior. Now let's take a look at the summary and the main characters of the story The Last Lesson.
Here is the summary of the chapter The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. The story is narrated by a French boy, Franz. He is lazy but sensitive and likes to play. He dislikes studying French and hates his teacher, M. Hamel. Franz started for school very late that morning. He was afraid of being scolded because M. Hamel was to question him on participles, and he did not know the first word about them. He thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. The warm, bright day, the chirping birds, and the Prussian soldiers drilling in the open fields were too tempting. He resisted the temptation and hurried off to school. On his way to school, he saw there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board near the town hall. For the last 2 years, all the bad news had come from there, such as the news of lost battles, orders of commanding officer, etc. Washer, the blacksmith, asked Franz not to go fast. He assured the boy that he would get to his school in plenty of time. Franz thought that he was making fun of him as he was already late for the school. Usually there was great bustle when the school began, and Franz had planned to take advantage of the noise to get to his seat without being noticed. But that day, Franz found that everything was as quiet as Sunday morning. Franz saw that his classmates were already in their places, and M. Hamel was walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. He blushed and was frightened, but nothing happened. M. Hamel very kindly asked him to go to his place. That day, M. Hamel was in his special clothes that he wore on inspection and prize days. The whole school seemed strange and silent. But the most surprising thing was the presence of the village elders sitting quietly on the back benches. M. Hamel mounted his chair and very gently declared that it was going to be his last French lesson to them. As per the order from Berlin, only German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master would come the next day. He wanted them to be very attentive as it was his last. After knowing the fact that there would be no more teaching of French language in the school, Franz, who used to be a careless student earlier, suddenly developed interest in books and forgot all about the ruler of his teacher. Now it was his turn to recite the rules of participles, but he got confused and stood silent. M. Hamel did not scold him this time. He behaved very patiently with him. M. Hamel points out the habit of procrastination among the citizens of Alsace and Lorraine. He says that people hardly gave importance to French. Franz was not to be blamed for alone. He held himself, that is teachers, parents, students, and society responsible for the present situation. He said that all of them had ignored their own native language. Further, he declared that French language was the most beautiful, logical, and the clearest language in the world, and they must guard it and never forget it. Thereafter, he tries to give them all he knew about French language before going away. He tells them that when people are enslaved, Their language acts as a key to their prison. The words of M. Himmel make Franz and the old people of the village realize their folly, and they all try to grasp every bit of it now. Franz saw that M. Himmel was looking very intently at everything, as if he wanted to capture a mental picture of everything before leaving. He feels very bad for his teacher. He had given 40 years of his life to them. Then the church clock struck 12. M. Himmel stood up, looked very pale. He tried to speak, but his emotions didn't allow him to speak. So he turned to the blackboard and wrote as large as he could, "Vive la France," which meant "Long live France," and dismissed the class without uttering a word. Now, let's discuss the main characters of the story. First, M. Himmel, French teacher in a school of Alsace, dedicated, has given 40 years of meritorious service to his school, completely identifies with his students and school in town, strict disciplinarian and hard taskmaster. Students scared of him if late or unprepared, has a sense of integrity and honesty, accepts his mistakes, which is a rare quality, doesn't blame students entirely for neglect of language, is emotional, sensitive, deeply pained at the thought of leaving France and not being able to teach anymore. Out of his pain grows a true mentor and ideal teacher, acts true to his profession by giving a last lesson to his students, the lesson of holding fast to their language, reminds the people that their identity will be their passport to freedom, instills a sense of patriotism in his students by writing "Vive la France" on the board, is proud of his language, calls it the most beautiful, logical, and clearest language in the world. The last lesson by Himmel unites the people of Alsace in their battle against linguistic chauvinism. Now let's discuss the character of Franz. The story portrays a lively depiction of Franz. He loved to spend his day out of doors rather in the classroom because the brightness of the sunshine, the chirping of birds, and the liveliness of the nature fascinated him. He was not much interested in studies. However, he got saddened when he came to know of the order from Berlin that French would no more be taught in school. Suddenly, he realized what he was going to lose. To lose one's language is nothing less than losing oneself. He knew he had not yet learnt even the participles clearly. His power of self-analysis led him to conclude that the lessons of French were never difficult. It was he who never paid attention. Now, when he understood the language, the authorities restrained this learning. He got disturbed to see the exploitation of one human race by another. This made him ask, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Franz turns out to be a character that grows mature in the course of the story. From a negligent schoolboy, he finally becomes a self-analyzing boy. This was all about the theme, summary, and characters of the story The Last Lesson. Thank you and all the best.